And welcome back to Last Ember Press, everybody. I am Brant Fowler, one of the co-founders and co-publishers of LEP, and this is just an update video. It's mainly for our Patreon page. We do a weekly public update. If you happen to be watching this via our YouTube channel, you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/lastemberpress. If you are watching this via our Patreon page, you can check out other videos from LEP and from Lisa on youtube.com/lastemberpress.com. So this update is a general LEP update, so if you're not a patron, if you don't follow our Patreon page, there's still something that you could get out of this. So just to let you guys know. Now, I have to say that there's not a whole lot of updates that we have right now. We've been working on some outside stuff outside of LEP recently. I mean, not that we have not been working on LEP, it's just we haven't had a lot of progress over the past few days. So, what I can talk about are a few things. First of all, this past Wednesday's patrons only post, we talked about a new project we have in the pipeline. I have mentioned it before. It's called Spy6Teen. It is something Lisa and I have history with. It's near and dear to our heart. And if you've known either one of us for any amount of time, you've probably heard about this project. You might have even read some of it. Just to let you know, there's more coming. And if you'd like to know more about it, you can become a patron at the $1 or above level, and you'll get all the details on Spy6Teen. So, beyond that, last week's update was all about Wannabez, which you guys, if you know me, you know that this is a project that I've published before, way back in 2008, and I actually created it in 2002. And I go into details and in-depth, updates about that particular project. And that is something that eventually we're going to put out through LEP as well. We're completely relaunching it. And again, I talk about all that in that post. Again, if you become a patron, you can gain access to that. Or eventually I will be sharing the details with everybody, of course. We have actually been talking about doing a Kickstarter at some point in time, not anytime soon, and these two projects, Spy6Teen and Wannabez, are in the conversation. So are some of the other titles that we have, and we've been kind of going back and forth. When we decide to launch a Kickstarter, you guys will know about it months in advance. We're going to be really promoting this and putting it out there, and I would love to hear in the comments below which project of ours you'd love to see on Kickstarter and what kind of rewards you'd like to, if you're watching on YouTube, leave it in those comments. On Patreon, you can leave it in those comments, or you can email us and tell us what you'd like to see from us. So it's just something that we're kind of talking about. Also, if you missed last week's update, there's this whole conversation we had about how we're transitioning to a webcomic first format on most of our titles. You can go back and read that update. That's what's coming up for certain titles of ours, like the Crimson Badge, like the Last Ember, and our all ages stuff. Where's my tail? Eek Little Monsters. We'll talk more about that in the near future. So that's just kind of the direction that we're headed right now, and there'll be more updates on that soon. Celestial Falcon will be in print. So will Pneumatic Cases. Just to put that out there. There's one other thing that I just wanted to tease, and I don't remember if I've mentioned this one before or not, but if I have, then it's just a reminder. If I haven't, then it's something cool, and it's something I like to call Ghombie. Trademark, copyright, Last Ember Press, by the way. This is an idea I came up with a while back, and it's something that we think that Eek Little Monsters' Emily Ressinger is going to work on with us at some point. And I don't want to say too much about it. There's a little jingle that I came up with, and it goes a little something like, he's a ghost, he's a zombie, he's Ghombie, yeah, something like that. And you might get a feel for it just from that, and that's all I'm going to say. It's just a little teaser to whet your appetite for something coming a little bit further down the line. So that's pretty much it for the updates this week. Everything is going according to schedule with Celestial Falcon and Pneumatic Cases and Crimson Badge and so on and so forth. And you guys will hear more updates about the other projects as they come along. Just tune into our Patreon page. We do 2 updates every single week, one for patrons only, one for the public. And we are going to start sending out those updates in our email newsletter. So if you don't want to check our Patreon page or our YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, all that stuff on a regular basis, you can subscribe to our mailing list. Just go to lastemberpress.com. There is actually a drop-down thing, if you wait a few seconds, that pops up that you can sign up right then and there for our mailing list and get updates from Last Ember Press about our latest happenings. And like I said, we're going to start sending out weekly newsletters just to update you guys when we post to Patreon. And, because those do include some of our general updates. And so if you like that, go subscribe. And, of course, follow us on all those social media if you are so inclined. And if you'd like to, you can support us on Patreon. We'd love to have you. And again, let us know what project you'd like to see us run a Kickstarter for. And, which one of our projects you're most excited for. We'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't checked out our titles, you can find them all on lastemberpress.com. We do have a store, and you can purchase them there. All right, so until next week, that's pretty much all I've got for this week. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for checking out the Patreon page. And I guess I'll see you in the next update. Bye.